Up next on U.S. Bank Business Watch, presented by the Business Courier. Lunch at Frisch's with the CEO of Ohio. We'll tell you what's on Governor Kasich's mind. What the future holds for Uptown once the new I-71 interchange is built. And who'd have thought luminosity could cause so much controversy? U.S. Bank Business Watch is next. Good morning and welcome to U.S. Bank Business Watch. I'm Peg Rasconi. On the Business Courier front page centerpiece this week, in a one-on-one interview with the Business Courier, Ohio Governor John Kasich said creating a business-friendly environment that promotes job growth is his top priority. The words innovation and execution peppered his language as Kasich talked about how running a state is like being the CEO of a major corporation. In a Tip City Frisch's, Kasich told Business Courier reporter Barrett Brunsman, Ohio has two things on its side right now with regard to luring businesses. First is location. He says the state is within 600 miles of 60% of the country. Second is stability.
There is an increasing awareness by companies that you need to get to a state that is financially strong. So the fact that we have a balanced budget, the fact that we run a surplus, that's a real plus because companies don't want to go somewhere where it's a rickety-rockety situation where they don't know what the future will bring.
Kasich also talked about General Electric's decision to locate its U.S. Global Operations Center in Cincinnati.
We have an ongoing and positive relationship with GE, which is really special, and I like the people, and we get along, and we can work things out.
Kasich said the Cincinnati business community needed to be engaged to make that deal happen. He said he attended Cincinnati business community meetings and reached out to local CEOs before any details of the deal were made public. Kasich also talked about a new international marketing campaign for the state and the Major League Baseball All-Star Game that's coming to Cincinnati in 2015. For the full interview, be sure to read the print edition. Well, Cincinnati Bell is moving jobs out of Norwood to consolidate local operations in downtown Cincinnati. Cincinnati Bell will base those operations here in the Atrium 2 building on 4th Street. That brings 600 jobs to the city. Cincinnati and the company have agreed to a tax incentive deal in which the city will pay $840,000 a year for 10 years. The mayor of Norwood says he was in talks with Cincinnati Bell for months and offered the same incentives to try to keep jobs in Norwood.
We've been down this road before. I brought in some businesses and I lost some. So, I mean, it's just the way it goes. And I think we'll be fine.
Ironically, most of the jobs coming to Cincinnati used to be here, but moved to Norwood about 7 years ago. Can you imagine walking along Reading Road or Martin Luther King Boulevard? It's not a very pedestrian-friendly area, but that may be changing. Here's what the area looks like now. Cincinnati's Planning Commission unanimously approved an ambitious initiative to transform this area near the University of Cincinnati and the city's major hospitals to make it a pedestrian-friendly mixed-use mecca that will be an economic boon for the region. Now here's the future look of the neighborhood as developed by GBBN architects. GBBN was selected by the city, the university, and the Uptown Consortium. That's an organization formed by UC, the Cincinnati Zoo, and the hospitals. Together, they developed a plan to capitalize on the new employees and residents that a new interchange will bring. After years of negotiation, construction of the interchange is expected to start next month. Beth Robinson is president and CEO of Uptown Consortium. One of her biggest challenges in revitalizing this area has been transportation access and the lack of connectivity. She joins Business Courier editor Rob Dawmeyer with more on what the interchange and this new development plan will mean for Uptown, which is a critical job growth area for our community. Beth and Rob.
Peg, thanks. Beth, thanks for being here this morning. You've got a big job, so it's nice that you were able to make time to come over here, especially now. What I want to talk about first, I know what Uptown means, I think. But real quick, what is Uptown?
Uptown is actually 5 neighborhoods just north of downtown. It's the areas primarily around the University of Cincinnati and the major institutions including Children's, Tri-Health, the zoo, Christ Hospital, and also UC Health.
Giant employment base
Correct.
for the city. I think it's second only to the Central Business District, I believe. You guys just got done with basically a project to try to take a look at everything that took over a year. Tell me a little bit about why the consortium decided to really take a deep look, a deep dive into Uptown.
We felt it was important because the interchange, the MLK, the new interchange at MLK and I-71 is slated to begin this summer, July of 2014.
Right.
And we wanted to get ahead of what that interchange may mean for our area. It's a wonderful opportunity that doesn't come around very often. We wanted to make sure that we were maximizing that. And also there are significant improvements over on the west side of Uptown off of I-75 at Hopple Street.
Now your study, not only did it take a long time, but it's pretty thick. It's like 100 pages, 100 plus pages.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about a couple of the highlights. What do you think some of the viewers here would really like to take away and just know that you guys really want to try to do through that whole 100-page report? There's got to be a couple highlights.
Yeah. We took a three-tier approach. We looked at transportation management because ODOT is projecting about a 40% increase in traffic on MLK once the interchange is done, and that's over a period of years. That's not right away. We also looked at urban design and planning principles to guide development, and also economic development opportunities. We feel that the interchange will just be a tremendous boon to the area because it will open up development opportunities.
There's a crazy gap to try to get off 71 right now, and MLK really is going to change a lot of things there. What is the next step for you in the consortium? What is the next phase of this plan? Is it trying to go out and find some money, or what are you trying to do now?
Well, first and foremost, the plan that was just adopted by the Planning Commission will go to City Council for their approval.
Right.
And then after that, we'll be working with the city closely as they update their zoning code to make sure we have the proper zoning in place that corresponds to the vision in the plan. And then we will be working on some site assembly opportunities and help to guide future development.